Hi guys, this is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to do these sneaky clusters. To do this stitch, you can use any size yarn and whatever hook size that yarn recommends. I'm using worsted weight yarn, 4 ply for the US, 10 ply for Australia, and I'm using a 5mm hook or a size H hook for the US. The multiples of this stitch is 8 plus 2, and what that means is that you're going to loosely chain in sets of 8, 8, 8, 8 until you reach your desired width. Then once you have, you'll chain 2 more and you'll be ready to begin row 1. And I recommend, if you have a difficult time chaining loosely with the hook that you're planning to use for your main part of your project, I would go up 1 more hook size. So for instance, I'm using a 5mm hook size H for the US, and 1 hook size up from that would be a 6mm hook or size J, and you'd use that just to make the chain. Then you'll switch back over to your main hook you want to use for your crochet, and then continue from there. So I've done my multiples of 8. I have it the width that I want, so I'm going to go ahead and chain 2 more, and I'm ready to begin row 1. For row 1, you want to begin with doing a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So count over 1, 2, and in the second chain here you'll put a single crochet. Then you'll want to chain 2, and you want to skip over 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3. So this 4th one over, you want to work 2 double crochets into that 1 chain space. So that's 1 and 2. Then you'll chain 2, and working in the same space still, you'll put 2 more double crochets. And then again you'll chain 2. Then we'll skip 3 chains again, 1, 2, 3. So this 4th one over here, you want to put a single crochet. And that's the end of our repeat. So we're going to repeat that again. So you'll chain 2, skip 3, 1, 2, 3. So in this 4th one over, we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets worked in that same chain space. And then when we get done with that, again, you're going to chain 2, and you'll skip 3, 1, 2, 3. So in this 4th one over, you'll put a single crochet. So again, you're going to repeat that again. You'll chain 2, skip 3, 4th chain over, you'll work your 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, all in the same chain. Then you'll chain 2 again, skip 3, and then single crochet in the next stitch. You'll continue that all the way down your row. Okay, I just did my last double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 2 double crochets, then I'll chain 2, then you'll skip 3. You should have 4 chains here at the end. So you'll skip 3 of the chains, and in the 4th one you'll do a single crochet to end your row 1. So for row 2, and the repeat for this is going to be rows 2 through 5. So if you want to mark where the video is right now. So for row 2, you want to chain 3 and turn. And now you want to find your 2 double crochets, chain 2, you want to find your 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. You're going to be working in these 2 double crochets here, and you're going to put 1 double crochet in each of your double crochets. So I'm going to find my first one here, put a double crochet. My hook, my loop's a little big there. Let me shrink my loop a little bit. Try this again. There we go. Okay, and then again a double crochet in the next double crochet. Okay, so then you want to chain 2, and we're ready to work our cluster here in our chain 2, that big old space we have here in between our 2 double crochets. So chain 3, no, it's a chain 2. So we're going to be working 5 double crochet decreases. So what that means is you're going to yarn over go into that big old chain 2 space, pull up a loop, yarn over only, pull through 2, and you're going to do that total of 5 times. So that was 1. Then you'll yarn over, go into that big old chain 2 space, pull up a loop, yarn over only, pull through 2. So that's twice. Do that 3 more times. You can scoot your stitches over to make some more room here. Okay, we got 5 done, 6 loops on our hook. You want to yarn over, pull through all 6 of those loops. Then you want to chain 2. And then you're going to repeat on this side what we did over here. You're going to work 1 double crochet in each of your double crochets here. So that's 1 double crochet, find the next one, do a double crochet. Then we're going to move over to here and repeat. So we're going to work a double crochet again, 1 double crochet in that double crochet, and 1 double crochet in that double crochet. And then again we want to chain 2, and working in our chain 2 space here, we're going to do our next cluster using our double crochet decreases. So yarn over, go into that chain 2 space, pull up a loop, only pull through 2. Remember, you'll do that 5 times. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6 loops on your hook, pull through all 6 loops and chain 2. And then on this side, you'll do your double crochet worked in your next 2 double crochets here. So we'll always have double crochets worked in our double crochets before, then you'll chain 2, cluster, chain 2, double crochet in the next 2. And then when you're ready to start your next section, just come over here and start your double crochet right in the next set of double crochets. Don't forget to chain 2 and then start your cluster. And you're going to keep repeating this down your row. 3, 4, 5, pull through all 6 loops, chain 2. You're going to work a double crochet in your next 2 double crochets like you did before. Then to end your row, you're going to find the single crochet here, the very first single crochet, or I guess, yeah, of our row, last row. And you're going to work a double crochet in that. So just yarn over and work a double crochet in that single crochet. And that will end row 2. Okay, for row 3, you want to chain 3 and turn. And then if you remember here, you can see our cluster, and then we worked our 2 double crochets and our double crochets. And then the very last stitch we did was a double crochet. Well, between these 2 double crochets and this final double crochet of our row, we created a space. That's the space we want to work in. In this space, you want to put 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Then you'll chain 2. You'll come over to your cluster, your first cluster here, and in the space, you can clearly see here, there's 2 stitches here and 2 stitches here. This is your chain 2. So right here is the top of your cluster. You're going to go there and put a single crochet, and then chain 2. Whatever stitch that you pick here, you want to be consistent and keep using that stitch over and over again. So there's a chain 2, and which brings us to our spaces here between our sets of double crochets. We have 2 double crochets going this way, and then 2 double crochets going this way, and in between them is this big old space. This space here is what we're going to be using, and you're going to work 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. So in this big old space here, start working our 2 double crochets. It's 1 and 2. Then you'll chain 2, and in that same space you'll put 2 double crochets. We're creating the space just like we did for row 1. Remember, we were doing the 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets in our chain. We're essentially doing the same thing. This is where we'll be putting our cluster in next row. So after you've got your 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, you're going to chain 2 again, and then you're going to find that same stitch in your cluster and to do a single crochet in. Then you'll chain 2, and then again in this big old space you're going to work your 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. Then again you're going to want to chain 2, find that stitch you want to use here. There's 2 chains on this side, and then there's 2 on this side. So I'm going to go into that top middle one and put a single crochet. Then you'll do chain 2, and then you'll just keep repeating this for your row till you get to the end of your row, which will be just like we did at the beginning. You'll have your 2 double crochets and then this single, and then you'll use this big space here on the end, and you'll put 2 double crochets worked into that one space. And then you'll find the top of your chain 3. You want to count 1, 2, 3. You'll 3 chains up. It's easier to count that way. So this 3rd chain up, you want to put a double crochet. And that will end row 3. Okay, for row 4, you want to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then turn, and you're going to skip over okay, so you have 2 double crochets here, and then you have your chain 2 space, single crochet, chain 2 space, and then you have your next, which is your set of 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. So you're only going to be using these 2 double crochets from here, and then your 2 double crochets at the start. So not this ending one, the other 2. So these 2 and these 2. And you're going to be working a double crochet in each one of those. No chaining in between, just double crochet in those. So I'm going to find my first one here, put a double crochet in that one, then my second one here, double crochet in that one. Then I'm going to come over here, find my big old chain, which helps me to find my 2 double crochets beside it. So I'm going to put a double crochet in this first one, then a double crochet in the next one as well. Okay, after that we're going to be doing our clusters again. So you'll do a chain of 2, 1, 2, and in this big space we're going to work our cluster. So you'll yarn over, go into the big space, pull through only 2, and you'll do that 5 times. Yarn over, pull up a loop, only pull through 2. So you have 6 loops on your hook. You'll pull through all 6 loops and chain 2. Then now you're going to be working your double crochets again. So I'm going to put 1 double crochet in these 2 double crochets on this side. Then I'm going to come on over, find my big space here, which will help me find my 2 double crochets on this side, and I'm going to start my double crochets worked on this side. Then after that you'll chain 2 and start working your next cluster in your chain 2 space here. 3, 4, and 5. We'll do all 6 loops, chain 2, and then again we're going to be working our double crochets. And you'll keep repeating this for the row. And then here at the very end of your row is going to be just like you did at the beginning. You're going to be using these 2 double crochets here, which leaves you with the chain at the very end. You'll do a chain of 2 and work 1 double crochet in the top of your chain 3. And that's how you'll end your row. So you did 2 double crochets, you chained 2, and then you double crocheted in your top of your chain 3 to end row 4. So for row 5, and row 5 is the end of your repeats. So you want to chain 1 and turn, and you want to work a single crochet in this very first double crochet of the row. Then you'll chain 2, and then in this big space, just like before, you have 2 double crochets facing this way, and then you have 2 double crochets facing this way, and you have this big space in between. In this big space here, you're going to be working 2 double crochets, one and 2. Whoops. You'll chain 2, 1, 2, and then 2 more double crochets worked into that big space. So 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets worked in that big space. Then you'll chain 2. You'll find that center stitch you were using here. You have a chain 2 on either side, and in this middle stitch here, you'll put a single crochet. Then you'll chain 2, and then you'll start here in this big space again with your 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Then the repeat is that you'll chain 2, single crochet again in that top of your cluster, chain 2, and then again you're going to repeat your 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and you'll repeat this for your whole row till you get to the very end like I'm about to be. So as normal, when you get to the end of your row, you'll chain 2, and then to finish your row you're gonna have to count up your chain. It'll be in your middle chain. This is a chain of 5, so you can count 1, 2, and 3 over here, or you can count 1, 2, and then 3 over. It's usually easier for me to count from the bottom up. So 1, 2, 3 in this third chain, you'll put a single crochet, and that will end the repeat. That will end row 5. So now you can back up the video to row 2, and I'll take you through it all again. So that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to hit like and share and comment down below. It helps me out so much. And if you always want to be notified whenever I release a new tutorial, you can go to my main YouTube page, and right next to the subscribe button there's a little bell, and if you click that, it'll always let you know whenever I release a new tutorial. If you're wondering what hook I was using in the video, it's a wooden Furls hook. You can find the link below this video. And if you order one, I recommend you order it with an extended hook. If not, you're only going to get half the size. Also, I have a Facebook group called Crochet for the Masses, where you can go and share pictures of your projects that you're currently working on or have just finished, or even old projects that you've done that you really liked. We love to see any crochet project whenever you've done it. If you like it, share it with us. You can find that link below this video as well. Come share links to free patterns, ask questions. It's a good group to be a part of. I really hope I see you there. So that's it. Thanks for watching.